are back and I'm jumping right into it. Please excuse me, I'm not a teacher, I'm just a scholar. So we will go through it, but like I said, for more in-depth, go to my page on Quora, and there I've done everything. It's laid out there. I'm not so a genie with the videos. Yeah, so I'd like to keep it simple, so you can get more understanding. There is no theatrics in my videos. I won't do that because it's not a show. It's not a show. It is truth that is being brought out in the most simplest way. So yeah, right in we were talking about the Golden Voyager, that and the characters he represents, because there's quite a lot that is behind him. And the first one is he represents the spirit of Bastille. Now, Bastille, we have to go back into France's history. It's in the time of the French Revolution, where they were storming the fortress. That inspired others to demand liberty and progress from what evil depression. So that's where we moved from royalty ruling until to democracy. That's where democracy came in. So it was a pivotal moment in the French Revolution, a violent uprising that ushered it in. That's exactly the same. That's what is stirring, because Satan stirred this up in heaven as well. You know, freedom, liberty, democracy. You are free from rule, free from oppression, from the ruling of following rules, obedience to one leader. That's actually the whole thing if you look at it. But yeah, and that's how it all starts. It started this, but it actually had a double meaning in it. It was to usher in the age of democracy, and also to kill off the followers of the gospel. You know, get rid of the word, killing of the witnesses of Revelation 11. And then statue, I don't know if we pronounce it right, Génie de la Liberté. Once again, I apologize. I'm not my French. But anyway, so the statue, if you have a look at the statue, it's on the July column in Paris, France. And it's also linked to the, French Revolution. But it's a naked angel with a chain in the one end and a torch in the other. Now, according to them, or they, the exoteric explanation, it is just it represents, the torch represents a civilization in the one end, and the snap chain of bondage in the other end. And it's supported by a motif, the lion. He's standing on the lion's head. But you can ask yourself, there is a golden statue of basically a naked angel with the torch in the one end and the chain in the other end, with the star on the head. Now, if we have to go back to the Bible, the star, they used to call it the star of Raphan, the star of Raphan. In enlightened language, if you just understand, enlightened language, that represents Satan, the light bearer, bringing knowledge. He illuminates the mind with the chain of bondage, breaking free from the bondage of obedience to the Creator. That is what it is. The French Revolution, a lot of things happen, and I also linked it to Because this, like I said, Satan is not, he's a copycat. And what happened in the French Revolution is linked to what happened in the time of Joseph and the famine. Because if you go to that, you go through it, to the Bible, you will see, actually, if you go in depth and really read the story properly, you will see exactly what happened, what the people did. The people offered their belongings just to get food. Now that's the idea that they're going to use in the new world, the government, because they're making the people totally dependent on the government, on the one world government. Therefore, they're buying up all the land. They are, you can say, destroying the seeds, because you get, especially the fruits, the veggies. I have not seen the veggie plants yet, but with the fruit trees and stuff, you get seedless. The Father never made a fruit or veggie without seeds. They have the monopoly. That is why Bill Gates, he bought 70% of the land in America, because he's in charge of the agriculture, or he's got his hand, he's got the power in the agriculture, and they are modifying the seeds. You know, this is going back to having power over everything. I mean, what, people can't stay without food and water, so they will get the power over that as well. So like I said, this goes back to Joseph and the famine from the Bible, and I did put the link, it's everything in my page. Yes. And what came out of the French Revolution? America gets established. Came out of there was the beheading of and the killing of the people. So this was a revolutionary political movement. That was a famous political club during the French Revolution, because the Great Fear opened up the vulnerability of the French government. There was lack of authority at the very center of it. The prolonged riots and massacres led to a general anxiety that led things to get out of control, which they did. It was experienced that the country, well, they never experienced this before. What was this? It was Jacobinism. It was this club that was established. Now here we come into the secret societies, and we will see that this is still active today, because Biden and Trump is from this club. As Jacobinism was memorialized through legend, heritage, tradition, and other non-historical means over the centuries, the term acquired a semantic elasticity in French politics in the late 20th century, with a vague range of meanings, but all with the central figure of a sovereign and invisible public authority with power over civil society. That's exactly what is going on today, as you can see, especially America, because America was the beast coming out of the land. The new system established. The Jacobins, who were known for rearing a strong government that could deal with the needs of war, economic chaos, as well as international rebellion, such as the war in the Vendée. This included in establishing the world's first universal military draft as a solution to filling army ranks to put down civil unrest and persecute war. The Jacobin dictatorship was known for enacting the Reign of Terror, which targeted speculators, monarchists, right-wing Girodin, Urbanists and traitors, and are led to many beheadings. Their economic policies favored price controls on staples like grain and select household and grocery goods to address economic problems. Using the Armée Revolutionnaire, they targeted farmers, the rich, and others who may have stocks of essential goods in services of national distribution system, with a severe punishment for uncooperative hoarders. Price controls on staples. If we remember, in Europe, Germany, the farmers that was rioting, America same, the farmers' prices, because of the prices. Now can we see the link here? This is all moving the world to, like I said, they copying the system of that was in Joseph's time. That's what they're doing. The matter of the form and the power of the Commonwealth, ecclesiastical and civil, by Thomas Hobbes. I just put that in, but there's very interesting because the name derives from the biblical Leviathan, and the works concern the structure of society and legitimate government, as is regarded as one of the earliest and the most influential example of the contract theory. The social contract is an idea or a theory, a model that usually, although not always, concerns the legitimacy of the authority of the state over the individual. Conceptualized in the age of enlightenment, it's a core concept of constitutionalism, while not necessarily convened and written down in a constituent assembly and constitution. Social contracts arguments, typically the individuals have consented either explicitly or tacitly or to surrender some of their freedoms and submit to the authority of the ruler or the decision of a minority in exchange for protection of the remaining rights of the maintenance of the social order. The agenda for 2030: you will own nothing and you'll be happy because you give all your, you surrender all your rights to them. And this what is this grant, this worldwide relief grant, or whatever they call it, they're making you totally dependent on them. That is the aim. That is the aim. Yes, and then it goes into the colors, you know, agents, the Golden Voyager, because the opening of the ceremony was actually the end, what they expect. He's like, you know, like the father give the end in the beginning, so he's showing us what the end product that he wants to have. So he's gonna come to a desolate world. Desolate meaning in the gospel, it will be desolate, because the revival of the old gods is uniting the world, therefore reviving the 5 rings. So they are uniting the world with the paganism or the religions of old. The old gods are being revived and they will be served everywhere. So yeah, this is the beginning of the ushering in of that, because yeah, if you now look what the French Revolution gave, it is the separation of church and state, religious persecution, the banning of the Bible, the independence of America is a newborn, in the Declaration of Human Rights. So what is coming? The marriage, like I said, it seems like it's the opposite. It's the reversal and return. So What's coming is the marriage of church and state, and we see that's now on the agenda of the US with Trump accepting the, you know, promoting the Catholics. This is not aimed at the people, please. This, I'm talking about the systems. This is the systems. So this is the beast of Revelation 13. The second beast that give homage to the first beast. So by introducing Catholicism, you know, that will be the main thing. But okay, yeah, let's continue. What's the marriage of church and state, where the Pope will have say over everything. The mark of the beast, which is the Green Sunday, the new 10 commandments made law. That's what the Pope was busy with. And the banning of the Bibles, which they're already busy with behind the scenes, because the world are being kept, you know, it's misdirection. So this big news of Daddy, Puff Daddy, is taking everyone's attention. That's what they did in the beginning of the year as well. Every time when they're busy with something, a new shocking thing will be released, and people are occupied in that news. And like the scripture said, the enemy is working at the wickedness is at work in the background. So this is what coming. What has happened in the French Revolution is it's coming. And this is the total end, because this already happened before. The French Revolution was the second time, just in the modern times of that time. And then the third time it's going to come. The first time it came in the time of Maccabees, where they stood up and they fought against the Hellenization of Jerusalem. So that was the first time. Second time, French Revolution. So certain things could be established, and now it's the final establishing for preparing the stage for the men of sin to appear. Not the Antichrist. The Pope is the Antichrist, but the men of sin, they are two different characters. Yes, so with that, the marriage of church and state, the mark of the beast, Green Sunday, which will be made law from next year, the banning of the Bibles, religious persecution, and America dissolved and bring to nothing. Yeah, that's the fall of Babylon. So yeah, that's it. So like I said, for in-depth, if you want to see, please, you're welcome to go to my page. Until next time, when we do the two horsewoman.